Yo, it's NAB. It means I get to go hang out with my buddy Ted. What's going on, man?
What's up, guys? Good to see everybody.
You know Ted, Aputure. I mean, he's got the Star Trek going on right now. No, but you've always got something big, and this time, literally, something big. This is the Infinimat, which literally is infinite if you want it to be. So let's talk about this. We're talking about flat matte LEDs that are pixel-based, totally RGB. And every 8 panels is one ballast. So as long as you have a ballast for it, you can keep grouping them and basically make the entire, I don't know, you just go on forever.
That's 100% right. So it's basically the matte light that we've been waiting for, right? So matte lights, they've existed for a while. Why do you need them, right? A lot of the time you have a point source light, you modify it into a soft light with a soft box, but sometimes you want it to be super thin and wide and soft out the gate, right? So basically, we have a matte now that's basically 2x the brightness of the industry standard out there right now, I won't say. The second one out there is basically weatherproofed. Full IP65 weatherproofing on these boards as well too. They're built in basically 1x2 panels, so they can actually be folded. The 4x4s can actually fold flat together as well too. And then again, infinite pixel control, meaning that they can be expanded using our inflatable diffusion system, which I think is probably the most exciting part for a lot of people.
So what is the inflatable diffusion?
Absolutely. So basically when we do a lot of matte lighting, one of the biggest problems with matte lights, they're great because they're flexible, but one of the biggest issues is that they don't have structure. Right? So if you want to rig them, you have to build a frame. And if you want to build something like this, the 20x20, you need to build big, giant trusses, right? Now, one of the biggest problems with that is two things. Number one, even at the 4x4 size of a lot of matte lights, when you rig them up and build a frame, you're just holding it from the outside, meaning that two things are going to happen. One, there's a sag that happens, and that sag gets really bad when you get from 20x20.
It also causes a hot spot towards the center. You got all sorts of consistency issues.
Exactly. The second thing is that for a lot of these frames, they take a tremendous amount of time to build. Have you seen people grip rig a light box?
And none of them are the same. It's always like some trick. I know.
Every light box is a little different. And when they try to solve the sag, they try to do crossbars and that as well too. Basically, what we're doing with the Infinimat system is the inflatable is actually the fastest build out of anything here. 7 seconds to set up the 1x2. You actually just pump and go. And then the second thing too is that when you actually inflate it, not only is it lighter than the metal truss, but it actually has the perfect diffusion distance from the LEDs themselves.
So that means light spread, which when you're mixing point source means it gives it time and space to actually mix and make the color you want, rather than blue being next to red, you never get to purple because it didn't get a chance to mix. Getting that distance is super important.
So with the inflatables, we have pre-measured the distance. It's the fastest possible setup. It's the lightest possible setup. And if you don't want to use it with the inflatable diffusion, you still get a panel that is 2x the brightness, full color tunability, IP weatherproofing, flat and ready to go as far as the build.
But what's really cool is it's pixel based, right? So let's say you get a low cost production, you get a blank room and they say, make this into a concert. Well, now you can literally have basically a whole lighting grid in just the matte. Purple lights here, red lights there, whatever, and animated and gradated. So it looks like a full lighting system in a flat panel.
So we are moving into a world of image-based lighting. What does that mean? When we light people, traditionally we've done it with just a single block of white light. And we know that when we're actually trying to light people, we want to make lighting look either realistic or more creative. I don't care. Light in the real world comes from everywhere. It bounces off the grass, it comes from the sky, it bounces off of buildings, more organic. So when you light people with a white block, it's not as organic looking, which means that now you can actually texture your lighting. And we're gonna get to higher and higher resolutions, but eventually you'll be able to shoot out a window and see cars passing and stuff like that and play it off of your lights.
You're actually watching this light right now off this 20x20 in the sky. Very cool. It's a little ways off. We still got some time for it to hit the world, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we're not doing release dates yet, but it will certainly be out this year.
Never done release
dates. Can't talk about pricing yet, but it will be coming out this year. But my big thing is that with the matte light, the ecosystem's complete now.
You were saying that.
Every film traditional light fixture out there, point source, bulb, mini light, large panel, bar, matte, it's now complete, which means that no matter what type of light you're looking for, there's an Aputure version of it. It works in the Aputure ecosystem. All Aputure lights, when you turn them on, automatically connect to each other. You can power them via Sidius Link. The world's most popular lighting app now controls every type of lighting fixture up.
And apparently there's something new with Sidius.
Sidius Link Pro is basically the other big announcement that we have here today. Sidius Link Pro is two things. Number one, in the past, when you wanted to control your lights, you really only had two methods. You had Bluetooth, right? You have every light manufacturer's app.
Which is super reliable in crazy busy places. Awesome.
Again, it's the easiest to use. It's the most intuitive. When you set it up, it just works, right? But you have two problems. Number one, sometimes you have stability problems. Number two, when you move your finger, there's a little bit of latency between the actual control and the device. CRMX is the other option, wireless DMX. You got to set up an entire board. You got to do IT networking. For a lot of people, it's a little too scary for them to do. You have one of these two options. Which ones do you choose? Sidius Link Pro now does two things. One, you get the same user interface that you love, but now you actually, with Sidius One, get full Wi-Fi level stability of all of your fixtures. And when you move your finger, boom, you get instantaneous control as well too.
And that's a true ecosystem. That means your lights work all the same. You're able to match things, which is key. Consistency, key. And also just when it becomes an ecosystem, people learn it. You get a new assistant, they've already known it, they're already in it, you're working with them already.
Absolutely. All of your presets work together. And I didn't mention the best part is that Sidius Link Pro, what that means is that any CRMX enabled light, any wireless DMX light, you can now control via Sidius Link as well.
He's talking about other brands.
I'm saying non-Aputure lights, your Sidius Link lights can now be powered in the same ecosystem. That's important because we talk to so many users that go on set and they're tired of swapping between apps, and they're trying to connect everything in the same ecosystem using the same Bluetooth protocol. It all works together now. Your entire light fixture library works on the same ecosystem and at the chart you love.
So if you own Aputure and you get to a set and they've got some rentals there, you can use your app. I mean, that's massive. That's crazy. They're basically like an ecosystem plus at that point.
Yes, and for all of the wireless DMX users out there, people that want that high level control, guess what Sidius Link has it too now.
All right, I saw your comments on day one. You wanted SmallRig. I bring you SmallRig. I got Ian here because SmallRig is kind of getting a little bigger, but also keeping it small while going bigger. What am I talking about? First of all, production carts. People kind of like don't realize how crucial they are when you're doing bigger work, but you've got a dream child here. So what's going on here?
So we set out to make a camera cart for the SmallRig consumer. Basically videographers, run and gun guys, small crews, people who need to move through smaller spaces where a full-size camera cart just doesn't really work out. And our goal was to really try to create something that's almost for people who aren't sure if they can use a camera cart, but we want to show them how. So
if you're going to location, you got to get through doorways, small apartment. You're in Brooklyn, right? And you've got to get through a door and you still want to mount a monitor, do an actual shoot, but in a tight space. And you know, everything's getting smaller, lighter, faster. We're producing faster. And that's kind of where you're going here, but you didn't want to sacrifice stability. You want to keep it lightweight and you want to make sure that it's stable. Because we were just talking, if you have a monitor mounted off of something and it's shaking while you're working, it'll drive you nuts, and that's quality of life while working.
Exactly, yeah. Our biggest thing is we wanted to create I guess an entry-level cart for the market, but at the same time, we really wanted to focus on making it really good. Because there's a few of them out there that are fitting in that description, I guess, but all of them sort of have downfalls that I just wasn't happy with. And so we wanted to create something that's kind of a no-compromise cart for somebody who's just getting into using a cart, maybe not sure if they can have one, maybe it's too big, usually too big for them or whatever. So yeah, we just wanted to create something a little more accessible for everyone else.
I feel like this is the perfect go-between because you usually have like overbuilt industrial and like you're like, whoa, or it's like, hey, it's good enough for this one shoot, maybe it'll last kind of thing. I mean, this is real carbon fiber?
Carbon fiber, we're working with like a magnesium alloy, so the overall weight is quite light. I mean,
it's really nice.
Feel it,
Felt top, the whole nine.
It's meant to be used by a single person. That's basically the...
And I like the tight wheel diameter as well.
Like and so we've got a lot of ideas for this. Since this is just a prototype, we've still got a few more months of development before we're ready to release it to the market. And we've got a lot of accessories in the works.
You're SmallRig, of course you have a lot of accessories. Of course,
right? So our goal here is to let you rig this cart out just like everything else.
You know, SmallRig, they let you build the set you want to build, the rig you want to build, make it yours and work how you want to work. And now you've got like a home base on location to do that with. This is just a prototype, so we're going to keep our eyes on it. I know you had to like, things aren't final and stuff like that. So we'll put SmallRig links down below, but keep eye on our social. I'm going to need one of these, you know, for testing. Just so you know.
For sure, we'll get
Ian,
you
thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much.
I have to come see my boy Will over here because me and him go back quite a way, and this guy is really the reason we have all that amazing grip in the Adorama event space you watch our live streams on. You know I'm a huge, massive fan of your Halo.
Yes.
And you just keep on taking that design and figuring out where you can put it. And inside this case is 2 of those and 4 skins. This is the RapidFlex.
Correct.
So if you want flags, you know exactly how crucial it is to have it packed down this small, because in the past it's been this.
Yep. And the great thing is our team has done a great job at designing a kit that is nice and compact, will allow you to put 4 flags in there, two frames, and you have all the accessories along with it to build a flag.
Look at this. It's like half of Will. And then you just snap on whatever skin you're looking for. Diffusion, flag, net. I think you have, what kind of net do you get with this?
You get a single net, a double net, a silk, and you get a commando black fabric, all in the same kit. What it does provide you the ability to do is keep it in your kit, keep it in your car, keep it in your truck. And at the end of the day, if you need it, you use it. If you don't need it, it sits in a nice case, semi-rigid hard case, not gonna get damaged. And at the same time, you know you have it.
For those of you who aren't familiar with flags, the cool thing about them is that they got a clean edge to them. So you can kind of sneak them in and cut the light, but you're not gonna cast a shadow from a frame because there's no frame there. There's just a lot you can do with flags, and I feel like if you're not aware of them, get aware of them. We're gonna put some links down below about this, but I had to swing by, man.
I appreciate it. We always like seeing you, so we're good.
And we got 2 different types of kits.
We have the 2 different sizes, 1824 and 24 by 36. LL, LR 911, LL, LR.
I love this guy because he always has partner. That's how ingrained it is with him. I love this guy.
It comes out with LL, LR 9111 and LL, LR 9112.
Yeah, so if you need a variation of size, you got it. I mean, having 2 sizes is great. If you're not sure which one to go with, I always say it's better to go bigger than not. You know, you want to have more coverage than not enough coverage. But if you're working in a tighter space and just need really light control, getting it close, you got the smaller option.
Correct.
Manfrotto's a legacy brand. If you probably already have something from them and don't even realize it, check out the links down below. We're going to keep an eye on this, and I'm definitely going to need a set. So we'll see you on the next one. Well, it was good seeing you.
Thank you, man. Likewise.
So Sennheiser, legendary, and I had to swing by here because 1, they outfitted our live event space with all our mics. Everything you're listening to on Coffee with the Creators, the live mics, all the stuff, Sennheiser, and it's thanks to Zach. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
What do you got that's new?
All right, well, we have the new MKH 8030 series right here. It's the newest addition to the 8000 shotgun series, which you can see on this
Very
side.
long line.
Very long line. One of the best parts, it's a figure 8 microphone. It's the newest addition in, and it's sonically matched to the rest of the series. So you can have these set up in a mid-side configuration like we have here. You can do a bloom line configuration as well. So it has a lot of versatility for field recording, sports broadcasts, etc.
Oh yeah, and it's nice if you're already in the system and you're just adding onto it. You don't have to even think about it. It'll just match.
Yeah, they're all modular, which is great. So you can like take off the connectors and swap them out to something else. The mic stand over there, you can pop it into that without actually having to stick it in.
And making your system apply it how you need it.
Yep.
But I'm also looking at these because I use your headphones a lot when I'm editing. But now you're showing me these, which, by the way, you don't even feel like they're on you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give the camera a view of
No,
that.
I know, it's just like...
The reaction is very light, yeah.
No, really, it is actually really noisy. We're in a very noisy environment, and I'm not here. So, but one of the things I thought was cool was you showed me the ear pads.
Yes. So these are, depending on which version you get, we have a Pro and a Pro Plus. The Pro Plus comes with 2 different ear pads for different listening environments, but they're all machine washable. So you can actually just throw them in your washing unit, wash them, and you don't have to keep replacing them.
Yeah, that's because I go through replacing my like I sweat a lot when I edit, right? Leave me alone.
We all do.
Yeah, I know. It's so anyway, never mind. What about tech specs wise? What are we looking at?
So spec-wise, it's replacing the old HD 600, which is a crowd favorite. They're open back, and beyond that, they sound amazing. So
they do sound amazing, honestly. I'm not just saying that. It's really like...
The biggest thing is how light
I wish
they
you
are.
guys could hear this nonsense. It's one of those things. Look, we had to swing by, and you guys never disappoint. We'll be keeping an eye on this. I'm definitely going to want to look into these, honestly, because I think the machine washable is huge. Anyway, it's always like, it's like all amazing tech specs, all the amazing technology, but it's washable. That's what I care about. Anyway, thanks so much, Zach. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Swinging through the GVM booth with his arm.
Hey.
And I saw these 1200s from like all the way over there, and I was like, wait a minute, there's no ballast to this? Is it hidden? This is it. This is the whole, like, for a 1200 bicolor or full RGB.
Exactly. So this is our new products. It is more towards the production houses. This is the 1200B, and we got control unit inside the ballast. And we have a control unit on the back. It's magnetically attached to the light.
So you can...
As soon as you attach to it, it will turn on.
Right. But when you take it off, if you want, you can run a cable and then have a remote. If this is gripped somewhere you can't reach it, you have both options. But as soon as this clicks in from the contacts, like he said,
it turns on. Exactly.
Pretty
So
slick.
Yeah, we also got DMX in and out. We got Lumen radio inside. So anything you want, we got you covered here. So one cable go inside the light to power the entire unit.
And that's it.
That's it.
I mean, usually when you see a light with this much output, it's this and then this, and we're not seeing that here. So that's pretty cool. But aside from the giant lights we got some small guys over there, huh?
Exactly,
Let's
yeah.
go take a walk. So you're always looking for on-the-go solutions, right? Real small lights. Well, he's like, I got a whole table full of new ones. So let's talk about this.
So these are our new pocket light series. So we have 60 watt and 60 watt as well. We make it in bicolor version. We also make it in color version, RGB as well. So the difference is that this one have built-in battery. It has a 6,600 milliamps battery inside.
Is it a focusable light?
That is a Fresnel attachment actually. With a click of a button, you get a Fresnel in front of it. We also have accessories like standard cover, barn door, and a little dome to diffuse the light for you. This one works off the battery grip adapter. So it's a little bit lighter. We have a anglable mount for it. This one have internal battery. As soon as the battery runs out, you can connect a USB-C with a little battery and it will continue to run for you.
So a power bank can keep running this thing.
Exactly.
That's pretty slick. So they have a huge array of stuff here at GVM. If you haven't heard from them, check out the links down below for everything on the as far as specs go. Hazar, thanks so much, man.
Nice to meet
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at NAB 2024 here in Vegas. You have got coverage of over 20 brands. So this is the only video you saw. We got 3 more on this channel, day 1, 2, and 3. Go check them out. Let me know down below what's been your favorite releases, what you were hoping to see, what you thought about the event in general. I am out of breath. We're out of time. Hit subscribe and the bell to get notified for more videos like this, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.